Hello there, George here. In the previous video we did an unbox and test of the Fifine K037 wireless lavalier system, and I mentioned in that I was going to upgrade the microphone part. So I had a second lavalier little body and the pop filter and the clip and the wire from a previous lavalier that I bought, which was absolutely rubbish. So what I did was I bought the insert that's in the Clippy lavalier that you can buy from micbooster.com. I'll put a link in the description to their website and a link to the insert that I bought, and I'll show you in the remainder of this video how I went about getting it to work, and a little demo then, and an A-B comparison of the original Fifine lavalier microphone and then the one that I made, so you can see what. Now the thing about the original one I didn't kind of discover until at the end is that the new one I made, sorry, with the mic booster element in it, it has way more gain than the stock one, so I had to turn it down even more. I think it's like minus 24 dB on the camera, so just bear that in mind when you do it. It's a simple enough project, it's not very hard, so let's get into it. Right, so what I've done here is I've very gently taken apart the microphone that comes with the Fifine. So you just take off the pop filter, and this cover unscrews off. So you have to gently tease this rubber, which comes out through the end here. You kind of very small screwdriver and just kind of push it back in, so you can get the wire out. And the reason we're doing this is we need to find out which wires they use in the miniature XLR plug. So we'll be able to find that out now with the meter. So we need to set our meter onto continuity. Now, approaching this from the point of view now that you've never done anything like this before, so some people might get a bit miffed. So if you have a meter, you set it to continuity or diode check, one or the other. When you tip them together, you get a tone. Okay, so what we're going to use like a little piece of wire, like so, small enough that you can get it into the connections on the XLR plug. We're going to probe and see what's what. Or just draw a little diagram. Just draw the way our plug is, like that. Okay. So you want to treat it as you're looking at the plug the right way up, but you're looking at it from behind with your drawing. Okay. So on our drawing here, so we're going to find out with our meter what's what. So the very bottom one, as we're looking at it, you want to treat it like you're looking at it from behind as it plugs in regards to your drawing. So we're on the very bottom pin there now, this one. Let me see, does that do anything? Okay, so they're not using that one. Okay, so the top left one, this one here, that's the hot. And we'll look for the ground, which will more or less be, yeah, the one on the right. The one on the bottom is not used, which is fairly typical of most of these things. So this one here is ground. Right, so we've figured out what's what, so we can put this lad back together. Gently, of course. Put a little cover back on here. A little thingy, little clip. So that's back together. Right, so now we need to get the other one I have. It's the jelly bean. I bought this is the one I bought first. I don't know where's the cover, the fluffy thing gone off of that now. Ah, here it is. I dropped it on the ground. Anyway, so there's the cover off it. These are all fairly similar to the way they're done. The same crack. You open, same with Fi-Fine. I should have showed that, but you just open that, unscrew it off. Now these push out a bit easier than the Fi-Fine's a bit harder to get out. So the same story. You have 2 cables, 2 wires, and that's all that's in there. And you have, in the case of the Fi-Fine, you have that on the other end. So we need to carefully disassemble that. Now we're just getting it stripped and ready to put an old plug on it. One here. Right, so with these, you see one of them is copper coloured. Okay, focus, focus. One is copper coloured and one is red. But it's not an insulation, it's like an enamel that's on them. So, but when you put the iron to it, it'll burn through it and you're good to go. Now we need to get our new tip. More remnants of jelly bean. So here's our capsule. There's our instructions. Right, so the ground pad on these is very easy to get caught out with these now. Just get my hand behind that. You see there, the pad on the bottom has no solder on it. That's actually the ground. So you have to tin that yourself. And then the hot is this one on the right here. That's the hot. And so I need to tin this now. I have to be careful doing this. Very easy make a hole of it. Now, just clean the tip of the iron. So basically, the way I go about this is I put the tip of the iron on it, and then I just flow in the solder. Heat the work, not the solder. Took me a good 10 years to figure that out. Now, so we know what way our wires are around on this thing here. So we know that the copper coloured wire is our ground and that the red coloured wire is our hot. So we just get them off. We'll keep that. Might make some use out of it. Now, we get this soldered on now. So hot is the one on the right. And we'll do that first. Like that. And then we'll just chop a little bit off that now. Off the one. You don't want stray wires anywhere. Just connect the ground now. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. Is there any way I can do it that you can see what I'm at? Probably not. connect the ground now. Just like that. Just check our continuity. So we should have continuity here. Yeah, we do. We have no short. We move down to the other end of the, or down to this end here, down below the black. That's the insulator. We'll just check off the plus or the hot. Nothing. There's our ground. Even the case will give you ground. Okay. So we gently put this back in the case. Making sure that our wires aren't, you know, going to cause any undue hardship. Slight little issue where it won't exactly fit because the one that came out of that is slightly smaller. I never checked that, I just assumed it was the same. So old photonic induction used to say she ain't having it. Really missed that guy from YouTube, he was so funny. Then things kind of went sideways on him in his life and everything got complicated. Which can happen. That would explain it. It's metal. I'm just scraping out some of that powder coat. See, will that give me enough wiggle room? Right, I'm going to have to deal with this off camera. And we're back. Just very gently tapped it in. The cover on. Nice. Now, all we have to do. So, I went into my local music shop, Midland Sound, in Castle Main Street in Athlone. Just give them a little shout out there. Get stuff off them for my guitar. And I was asking him, did he have a miniature female XLR plug, which he didn't. And I tried another place in town, and he looked at me like I was from Mars. But I got a text at 7:30 the following morning from Eamon in Midland Sound saying that he found one at home. And it had a bit of a lead on it. He said, did that matter? And I said, no, that doesn't matter at all. So there it is. And let's see. Oh, now look, we can disassemble that. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, that's grand. So I take that out. Release the clamps. So basically you can find these leads on eBay. I had a quick search. And you can buy these with a bit of a wire on them. I don't know what they're for, but they're only a couple of quid. So let's disconnect all this crap. Get that resistor off of there. That leaves us with our plug. Okay. That there like that. So we know from what we done earlier with the meter, we know that the 5-fine wiring, the hot is this one and the ground is this one. So as you're looking, that's why I said to you to do your diagram, that you're looking at the plug from the back because of where you're going to be connecting onto. Now, as I do with all these types of plugs, when you take them asunder, give them a fresh bit of solder, because the stuff they put on them in the factory is rubbish. And don't keep the iron on little plugs like that for too long, because you'll melt the plastic. So that goes like that. That goes behind it, and that is that. Now, will that fit through there? It might. God, it will. Nice. Pity the plug is not black, but you can't have it everywhere. Okay, so here we are again, and we're going to connect on our 2 wires. So that's the hot connected. That's the ground connected. Put this little guy back on. It's like a little plastic holder stroke insulator. Come on, get on. It says fiddly, this thing. Now, get in there. Pin that little tab back around. That should go in there like that. I'll put that lad. I have to push this back into the body. I had that the wrong way around. Duh. That's it, you push it back in until you're on like that. Oh, that's good, it left me a bit of heat shrink on there, so. Put that lad. Like that. There, a bit of heat shrink. Shrink that on now. Gas fired Dojin from when you've quite finished. I think that was Aldi. I always find when you do leads like that, it just gives them a very neat finish, you know. That's a handy little iron that, well, I don't use it as an iron, I just use it for heat. Now, I should be able to plug that straight into the fine now. Get back in there. And that's your finished article. So that's got the same element in it as the Clippy. And so the wire could do with being a bit longer, but it's long enough to clip it onto your t-shirt and have the transmitter on your hip, which is all you want. So let's try it out, see what happens. Right, so that's plugged in and he's turned on.
Now I'll just pause this for a minute and plug the camera in, or the microphone into the camera. Okay, so here we have the Homebrew Clippy microphone. I think it was £11 for the Element, and I had all the rest of it, so no big deal. And it does sound better in my ear to the original microphone that comes with this system. And I suppose we should do an A/B, shouldn't I? I'm just taking the transmitter off my belt. Just a moment now. I'll put this plug back together and we'll plug in the other one. I'll just clip that on in the same spot, like that. Just give me a sec. Just stand by. And that's the other one. Hopefully you can still hear me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Now we'll go back to our Homebrew Fine, our Clippy. One, two, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. That's the result, I think. So I'll have a listen back to this and see how it turned out. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I'll have condensed this video down as small as I can get it, but you know, stuff like this, it takes a bit of time to show how to do it. So it's not a hard job to do this, even if you have no experience of dealing with electronics. You're only dealing with 2 wires at each end, so it's a relatively simple task to take off the old stuff and put in the new stuff. So it's not very complicated at all. It's very, very simple. So you just have to, I suppose, try and have the confidence to pull it off. So there you go. So I hope you found that useful, and it'd be something that can help you along your way to upping your own audio game on YouTube, which audio is everything on here. There you go. We'll get you in the next one. More to come.